For my internal communication project, I chose Ireland. I chose Ireland because one of my favorite UFC fighters of all time is Conor McGregor. He's from Ireland. I think it's a really cool place. Ireland is a island in the North Atlantic. It's separated from Great Britain by the Irish Sea. Their capital city is Dublin. They practice a parliamentary republic where the president is the head of the state and the prime minister heads up the entire government. Their primary languages are English and Irish, obviously, and there are around 5 million people living there according to the census in 2023. Their currency is euro, and they are an individualist-focused society. They tend to have a low-context communication style. They're more tolerant of uncertainty than most of the countries in the Atlantic, as well as most of the European countries. They have a moderate view on perception of power. They tend to have a respect for authority. They tend to follow the rules. There's not a ton of crime out in Ireland. They tend to lean more towards cooperation rather than competition. They have never been a really competitive country. They've always laid low in the business side of everything, as I read in the chapter. Their national holiday is St. Patrick's Day. We celebrate it here in America, but it's a really big deal out there in Ireland. I think if I visited Ireland, the biggest culture shock to me would just be how the people behave on a day-to-day basis. I think that they're much more formal than us. As I read in Wikipedia, they tend to, not only in the business world, but just in communicating, they're much more formal. They don't tend to make gestures or anything that are very inappropriate. They just tend to be super straightforward people. And they don't have much crime in Ireland, as I said. So yeah, I think to avoid the culture shock, I could really just make a close friend, maybe that is an Irish person or has been in the Irish culture, to maybe adapt me to their culture a little more before I got right into it and was super uncomfortable. But other than that, Ireland seems like a great place. Thank you.